Amy Eskridge, one of the scientists that was found, for the sake of censorship, I'll just say, not here anymore. She has allegedly passed. She was talking about P52s and P47s. So P meaning present, present from 47,000 years, and present from 52,000 years. She said that something catastrophic is going to take place and it's going to wipe out a lot of people on this planet, and some are going to go underground and survive this. Again, I'm paraphrasing here, but this is what I've gathered. That those who go underground are going to become, they're going to wind up looking like this. Their skin is going to devolve. They're going to lose all their hair due to lack of sunlight. Their eyes are going to grow. The evolution of the future human being, according to this now late scientist. So for a long time, we called it aliens. If this is supposed to be us in the future and presently from this, I mean, does that look beautiful to you? Look at how we look now. I know I'm no Cindy Crawford, but I went to the dentist after not having dental insurance for years and years and years. I've been talking about this nonstop. I really need to stop. I've been on my minoxidil journey to, save my hair from falling. But I lost a lot of hair this year, a lot. The most I've ever seen gone. I think that was due to mold exposure and stress that I couldn't manage. Aside from that, we try. And I don't walk around thinking I'm Cindy Crawford, but we're all unique. We're all different. We're all beautiful just the way we are. And we're supposed to look like this in the fucking future. And it's not just us and human beings, like we look to architecture. We look to the way things used to be built and the way they're built now. We look to the way we dress, the materials that it's made out of. Even women, the way we apply makeup. Like a lot of people that are famous now kind of all look the same. It wasn't like that before. The way people write, even these new books coming out, I like to read a lot and it's just bland. Everyone kind of sounds the same. They write the same scripts. These aren't things of beauty, in my opinion. These things don't inspire me. This is all done by design. I think that those Babylon's banksters that Joseph P. Farrell was referring to in his book just want us to stay ugly and continue to become uglier. From the 90s up until this point, I'm not saying there weren't industry plants around then or anything like that, but there was still more of a variety, at least within art. That was the last of. We stopped constructing beautiful architecture a long time ago. So that was already gone in the 90s, but at least we still had art. We still had some variety within that. People still looked different from one another, but now they just want us to get used to this sexless, faceless, emotionless, chronically sick, just gray, the interior of a hospital room. They just want us to get used to this, get comfortable with this idea. And so I'm not surprised, and I wasn't surprised when Amy Eskridge was talking about the P52s and the P47s, when that clip resurfaced. Now we can get into transhumanism. It's more complex than just the regular transvestitism that we're familiar with, and those topics. Today is just going to be a general discussion on why everything is so low vibrational, and how those who are enlightened, those who operate on a higher level, a higher frequency, right? They're conscious, they're alert, they're aware, they react differently to the outer world because they know that to a degree, reality could be scripted at times and manufactured. So those people are oppressed. They can't do their jobs. Even when they reach a level of power within the government, within the financial sector, within you name it, they aren't allowed to do their job. They're gatekept from those who operate at a lower frequency. And sadly, those who operate at a lower frequency, it's all this time, they think that this planet belongs to them, that they inherited it. They don't like the idea of us sharing a space. Now, religious people tend to conflate enlightened people with Luciferians, if you've noticed, those who are demonic, who like to worship the demon. And in comes David Wilcock. Was it the 12th or 13th person that was linked to the disappearances of all these scientists recently? David Wilcock, who was a former host in the Gaia channel. I believe he hosted that show Cosmic Disclosures with Corey Goode, if I'm not mistaken. Corey Goode is another story, by the way, and we're not going to talk about him today, but David Wilcock, he publicly left Gaia in 2018. His resignation, you could read it here in the letter. You can pause and screenshot this if you need to, or you could find it online. But somewhere in this letter, he did state that, and I'm paraphrasing here, that Gaia was infiltrated. They were allegedly promoting a Luciferian ideology of some sort. I don't know the exact words. He was just like saying, I don't know what the fuck's going on over here, but I'm not about this. He went on to do his own live streams after he left, and people who believed in him followed him. I've seen some of those live streams since. I also used to watch him on Gaia. When he left, I stopped watching that channel altogether because I started to see it. And a lot of these UFO whistleblowers, the ones that didn't get got yet, I think are feds, to be honest. But I'm not going to get into that. You have to really be careful with what you're saying and what names you're dropping, because you can get demonetized and targeted and smeared. That's as far as I'll go with that. Back to Wilcock. He, I think, became, in my opinion, more innovative with his ideas and the messages he was promoting. And I agreed with a lot of what he was saying. So him going missing came to me as a surprise because, correct me if I'm wrong, he's not an official scientist. He was within the realm of all these people who thought outside the box regarding UFOs and ancient technologies and all that, but he wasn't a scientist. He was just a host streaming. And yeah, he was in contact with a lot of scientists, but that to me was okay. Well, it had me thinking, with what's all going on right now, is this a psyop? I think it lines up perfectly with Steven Spielberg's release of his Disclosure film coming out later this year. I don't know, I could be wrong, and I'm open to being wrong. I'm not an expert. I'm just saying that it seems a bit too convenient suddenly. It's too much at once. And these people that went missing are brilliant. They connected a lot of the links here, so why would they get rid of some of their brightest? We do have Operation Paperclip. It's not like they got rid of Nazis who engineered the bell. I'm just saying it's something to think about. So anyways, I'll close out with this. And again, this is easier said than done. But when you are in the moment of feeling like you're stressed, like you're about to pop off on someone, you're in the middle of traffic, you're angry, it really is all made by design. I think the ones on top want us to remain in a constant state of stress and anger. They want us to remain confused. They want us to become the ugliest versions of ourselves. And I really believe that. I think the more of that, the better, because without that, you can't have division within the same class rank of people. Just this nastiness. They don't want to celebrate diversity in terms of the way we think, the way we deal with life, the way we heal ourselves. They don't want that type of world to exist. They want the interiors of a hospital room, blue and gray. It's not a unique thought either. A lot of people can see that, yet we still operate as such because we don't really have power. Or do we? Anyways, it's just something to think about. It's just a thought. It's nothing new. It's nothing unique. This isn't a groundbreaking discovery that I made. It's just something to talk about. If those scientists are, in fact, again, for the sake of censorship, unalived, gone, then obviously that's just tragic. But we're not inside those rooms having those meetings with those people. And a lot of us forget that. Like, you know, those who just blindly follow the government and they go, well, they said this, so this is going to happen. It's like, do you know what classified means? Do you know what boardroom meetings entail? We don't know everything. The same can be applied to these scientists. I think there's 14 missing scientists, if I'm not mistaken. Whatever. I can't keep track of the number now because it's just becoming ridiculous. And especially in this day and age where there's so many conspiracies now, which is interesting because just a year ago, these topics that we discuss were censored. I couldn't even say the word censored a year ago. There's still some words that are censored we can't even say. We have to like say unalived and shit like that. We have to talk like we're stupid now. That's by design. I didn't choose to speak like this. Anyways, when I think about this, at least I could look at it and go, well, I don't know everything. And maybe there are good guys in this that just were caught up in the mix and have no control over it. And we're really trying to do a good thing here. Like David Wilcock, for instance. I think the message he was pushing out, especially after he left Gaia, was well-intentioned. but something about it just doesn't make any sense to me now. I'm open to being wrong, but it's just something to think about.